we'll always do the girls with this up versus the hole up. That's the boy side, and the other side is the girl. So she will be this way with the dot up.
This is something that some people won't show you, is the ones that aren't. So it's not that she wasn't. We just wanted to make sure that they had a bonding period. Guys, whenever you get them all caught up to wean them in your catch pens, you know, they're usually, you know, 3-4 months old or however old they are when you wean them. And it's hard to tell who is going to who when you have, you know, 180 nannies caught in one area and all their babies. You know, some may have twins, some may have singles, maybe triplets. Very, very hard to track that. And I mean, you could track it through DNA, but at the end of the day, you guys can experience that for yourself. Trust me. All right, so we have these Hefner nannies in a pen up by the house. We got them on good hay, we got them on mineral, and we got them on feed. Probably about 3 times a week we're going to be feeding them. They're all pregnant, they're all dropping their babies. Here is the Excel file, and it's going to calculate all your kidding rates, your death rates, your total females, total males, and how many nannies to kid, how many haven't kidded yet, are they open, and then death rate. So all these numbers that we're putting in go to this and automatically shoots out these numbers. All right, so we're out here tagging babies. This mama had twins. We just got those tagged. She's being a very good mama, very protective. She's given, so we've had her probably 5 years, 4 or 5 years. She's given, you know, really good singles and good twins so far. So we're excited to see how these 2 little boys grow out. We're gonna go ahead and go tag some more.
And then we have a first timer in the back over here with her first baby, and she's doing wonderful. She hasn't left it once.
So stay tuned. We're gonna show y'all how we tag here. So here's another nanny that went today. We're gonna get her tagged. Big old buckskin nanny, very good looking girl. She had a big single. Common misconception that I don't like is, you know, not every nanny is gonna give you twins, especially when, you know, they're out here on pasture like this, and you're not flushing them. It's not necessarily a bad thing when they're not giving you twins. Twins are great, but the nanny knows best. I mean, nature knows best. It knows what it needs to ovulate and what it thinks it can support based off of its lifetime. So, you know, if the nanny is a yearling, you know, she may only have 1 kid, and then the next year, if it's a good year of rain and good forage coming up, you know, she might ovulate 2 and she has twins or trips. But, you know, if you trick them into thinking that they can with, you know, extra inputs, you know, you're gonna get more. But I don't think you should fault a nanny for only having a single. That is a common misconception. I think that somebody has been relaying to people within this breed, and at the end of the day, they know best. The nanny knows best. Nature knows best. Single, big single there. She had a big single here, sleeping in the feeder. She had a big old single here. She had a single. I mean, it's not a horrible thing. I mean, right now I think our kidding rate's at 140%, 155%, something like that. So we're having good twins, a twinning rate, but we're also having some really good singles. So don't fault your stock for your goats, I should say, for having singles, especially when they're on pasture scenarios. Here you see some twins hiding up in here. So this is a very crucial time, I guess you could say. We only have about, I don't know, 2 or 3 days max usually before the babies really start getting up and moving around, and it's hard to tell who belongs to who. We pride ourselves on keeping pretty good track of genetics and lineage, especially with how we are entrusted with the full Hefner herd now. So we really like to try and get out here within that first day or 2 of them being born, see who the moms are, and we will take a picture of them, usually with their babies, on our phones. And then, you know, we have an Excel document that we can access on our phone, but most of the time we just text each other back and forth, you know, the tag number, quick color.
It'll look like this.
Yeah. So, you know, belongs to left orange 100, and then 1447 paint boy, and then 1448 red boy. So something like that we can always, you can search that stuff in your text messages really easy, and then tonight, you know, I think we're probably gonna end up having about 7 to put in tonight. We try and keep track of it every night. We try to put it in so we don't get too behind. I think we have maybe 20 nannies so far that have had babies. And I think we probably have close to about 35 kids.
And we'll also take pictures of mom and baby together, just so that we also have that as a record.
They've been eating this wheat pretty good. We're about to let them into this other bigger field. You can see how thick and lush it is. So we'll be letting them in there shortly. But obviously that wind knocked our water down. Our dog feeder. But I know there was some more. We saw them driving in. See if we can find them. As you can see, there is a lot of babies. This was a really cool color baby right here. She's like a sooty gray little girl. She's got some long legs, very big single. Yeah.
It wasn't who we thought. From a distance, these two right here, that gray and that gray, are half sisters from the same dam, and she had herself a little girl. So this will be 3 generations of that line.
A little windy here.
Come here. Come here. And she was just born this morning. Okay, so here we are, and I'll usually place the kid like this. I always make sure it is a girl. We check just to be sure. So our tags are right.
Looking at teats.
We'll always do the girls with this up versus the whole up. That's the boy side, and the other side is the girl. So she will be this way with the dot up, and we'll find kind of off center ear, and then just a quick pinch, and she's done. So 1454.
So 1454, I'll say 1454 gray girl or gray female, and belongs to, very good mama.
Number first one.
So Tyler, as you can see, she's going to get her phone out and use her camera to zoom in on the ear tag. Sometimes we...
So now we know that she is a 448. It's a little blurry, but...
And you know, it seems like a lot of work, right? Not a lot of folks are out here doing this, especially, you know, when it comes to Spanish goats. They're out here on pasture having babies. It's harder to really keep track exactly the lineage. So that way, I mean, we know what it takes, especially like we said, 2 or 3 days after they're born, they're up and moving, and it's very hard to get them caught. And knowing who the dam is. So this is I mean, it takes a lot of extra work, but when you're buying from us, you know, I mean, we can show you pictures of dams, sires, show you data and whatnot. Here's another little girl that was born over here in this kind of a more wooded area. This is their third crop, second or third crop. Let's look at the data.
Never mind, I lied. That's a little boy.
Little boy, not a girl. This one. Yeah, this one.
1461. Look, that little paint's going over here.
So funny story on this nanny. She actually was born in that really tough winter we had, I think in 22, either 21 or 22. And part of her ear froze off and fell off. So we call her gang sign because it kind of looks like she's throwing up gang signs with her ears when she looks up. You know, it's doing one way and then her full ear is going one way and another, and it's just, so we kind of just call her gang sign. There you go. That's a good look at her. But we'll go ahead and get her tagged. Tyler's going to grab her. Like we said, if we're not doing this within, you know, 2-3 days, it's really tough to really trace the lineage with these girls, or with these goats, I should say. because whenever you get them all caught up to wean them in your catch pens, you know, they're usually, you know, 3-4 months old or however old they are when you wean them. And it's hard to tell who is going to who when you have, you know, 180 nannies caught in one area and all their babies. You know, some may have twins, some may have signals, maybe triplets. Very, very hard to track that. And I mean, you could track it through DNA, but at the end of the day, you guys can experience that for yourself. Trying to get an association to track DNA for you is pretty much impossible unless you know who the damn sire is. Trust me. We're coming up on another set of twin, or another nanny. When we drove in earlier, we thought she only had a single, but it looks like she has twins. This is a Kensington nanny from Rockin' X Ranch, white nanny. She is very wild.
So we're just gonna tag and leave.
Yes. One of them is falling really well, the other one isn't.
I don't have another tag.
I got it. So this is kind of what we talked about before, is you never know what you're going to get when you're crossing these other kind of Kensings that aren't Hefner. They come out white, gray, all kinds of colors.
There's the cleanup crew.
Cleanup crew. Cleaning up the placenta. The dogs will do this to kind of get rid of that smell, to keep coyotes away. So if you see your dogs eating the afterbirth, do not be alarmed. It's their job. I mean, that stuff stinks and it will attract the coyotes. These are good, mama.
1463. Then 2 girls.
1463 and 2 twin girls.
156, 1462, and 1463. Both girls.
Here's another kid here. Big old beautiful nanny. We're taking a guess and we're gonna say that that's a boy just by looking at the head.
He's gonna be 4.
But it might be a girl. It's kind of a feminine head looking, kind of, sort of. I don't know what you guys think.
Well, we're about to find out. Oh, he's fat. It's a boy.
It's a boy.
And he's fat.
So
Oh my God, come back!
this is exactly why you gotta hurry up, because if not, so we're gonna try and catch this one. Tyler caught him.
14.
Took a little running.
Come on back. All right, let's leave it. We'll get her tagged later. Go. Hold on, sis. She's coming back. Here she goes.
All right, so she is leaving with her baby.
And I think that's all for today.
Well, we have that one. We don't know who he belongs to, or she. We're gonna have to figure that out. She's been laying over here, hanging out by the feeders. If you guys saw our last video of one of the nannies having birth in live action, that is the kid, and he has a lot of personality. He likes to run with the dogs a lot. He knows that they're gonna protect them or protect him.
And you like to use them as a trampoline.
Yes, he does. So it's getting pretty dark. Our good dusk is coming, or sunset's coming on. So
He needs to go to his mom.
he's gonna probably call for his mom here shortly. They've been bedding up in that front pasture over there, up in there in that corner. So we'll see where they all decide to lay tonight. They'll get to hooping and hollering, all of them. But we need to figure out who that belongs to. We don't know yet. We'll see. Okay, Tyler thinks she has found the mother to the kid that we tagged earlier that we did not know where the mother was. And she is calling it right now. And that is probably definitely her kid. She's a first timer, so she kind of doesn't know what's going on. But her instincts are very, very true. That's who that belongs to. I'm glad we found that out. It just goes to show it's very important to get out here and tag them while you can. Last night y'all saw this nanny with her kid that we didn't know whose kid it was. She was acting a little new and didn't really know, but we thought she didn't know what was going on. So sometimes we'll do this. We have about 1 or 2 like this a year. We'll just trap in a catch pin for a night, let them get that bonding time down. She is a first timer, but she's acting very maternal now. So she'll go ahead and get done. It's almost like she didn't know which one was her kid. So yeah, sometimes you got to do this. I mean, a lot of people say, you know, their goats are maternal and super maternal, but I mean, this is something that some people won't show you is the ones that aren't. So it's not that she wasn't, we just wanted to make sure that they had a bonding period. So we didn't like, you know, we've been doing this for a while. We kind of saw the way the mom was acting and the baby, and they were calling, and they kind of like, it's kind of like they wanted to click up and sync up, but just to be safe. And we came and checked on her overnight, and she was feeding her, and acting very maternal. So she'll go ahead and come out today. Come on, Mama. Go on. That's what you want to see right there. Mama and baby following. I'm not going to push her too much. She sees the rest of her goats, or the rest of her herd. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and close this little catch bin off. So if we do have to trap anymore, I mean, there's pretty tall stuff in there. All right, so we have these Hefner nannies in a pen up by the house. Just trying to get them used to our voices. We are giving them some hay, some wheat hay, and we are feeding them. They're very stressed out. This is probably some of the most times that hands have been put on them. Usually the kids at Hefners don't get tagged till they're getting weaned. And this way we're gonna know exactly who bred or who belongs to who, and we can keep a good lineage, seeing as how these are the last ones out there. So Tyler's grabbing them, tagging them. We got them all in this little catch pen by the house, and yeah, they're pretty sunken in, stressed out. Like we said, we got them on good hay, we got them on mineral, and we got them on feed. Probably about 3 times a week we're going to be feeding them. They're all pregnant, they're all dropping their babies, but like I said, we're just going to try and keep them as stress-free as possible. They are very high-strung right now, so hopefully everything goes well over the next month or 2 when they're dropping. There's about 35 of them in here, and a good chunk of them are yearlings, so maybe only 25 will kid out, but that's all right. He did not breed the yearlings. He didn't breed till 18 months, so.
Definitely boy. 1468. There, go back to your tree. Screw you, man. Ruined my life.
So here we are inputting the text messages that we send back and forth for the kids. Here is the Excel file, and we just put in, there's codes in here that will shoot over to the right, as Tyler puts this one in, you'll see there's also codes in the sheet if the baby dies between now and weaning, that you can input a number and it'll shoot over to your graph. And then Tyler's gonna go all the way over to the right real quick to show you all this chart up at the top. And it's gonna calculate all your kidding rates, your death rates, your total females, total males, and how many nannies to kid, how many haven't kidded yet, are they open, and then death rate. So all these numbers that we're putting in go to this and automatically shoots out these numbers.